everybody. It is Vanna Hughes. I am the founder of the Trinity Integrative Holistic Medicine and Counseling Services. I am a addiction specialist. I specialize in love addiction, sex addiction, and chemical dependency. And one of my favorite things to talk about is sex. I have an Instagram page that I am trying to kind of like really hone in on. It is the Trinity Holistic Healing, and the page it says let's talk about sex. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be teaching a lot of different videos, trying to get them up on my YouTube. Also answering questions that I get from my clients and also putting them on my Instagram. So you guys want to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and you want to go follow me on Instagram. Please make sure, like, if you like the content that I'm presenting to you guys, please drop questions down below and I will answer those questions for you. Okay. So, um, I did a video on um, healthy sex and not healthy sex. And so, um, I'm not going to address that now. I'm trying to get it uploaded. So, there's no point in me going over it in this particular video. What I want to talk about in this particular video is, um, there was a question that was asked. So I actually want to answer that question, and then I want to talk about porn. So, um, I first of all, let's just start off with. There's been a few questions that I've had. So, how much porn is too much porn? Um, that has been a question that has been asked of me, and so I try to keep all of my answers very, very objective, and leave any subjectivity or opinions out of it. Okay. So, science and research has shown that watching porn does rewire the brain. And so, as you're watching porn, your brain is rewiring. I do know that there are some medical providers who have encouraged watching porn when there is pain involved. As a matter of fact, as a doula, I know that when a woman is cramping, um, they have talked about like clitoral stimulation to help her become aroused because it dampens the pain. And so some people may even watch porn during labor to help the woman not have um, as bad of contractions. Now, how much is too much? So, too, it's too much when you are not able to get your day-to-day activities done. When you find yourself stuck in the room for hours, um, and or wherever you're watching it, you're stuck in this place for hours and you're not able to get the things that you need to get done. The other thing is it's too much when you start to have distress about it. So one thing about addiction is people have to realize that it has to have three components. You must be distressed, there must be a compulsion, and there must be like shame and impulse control after that. So if you find yourself compulsively, obsessively thinking about porn when you don't want to, and then you find yourself going and watching that to alleviate the obsession or the compulsion to want to watch that. And then you find yourself distressed and distraught and shame and guilt because of the lack of impulse that you had to be able to not be able to stop that. that's when porn is too much, okay? So there are people who watch porn and they're able to get their stuff done. They are able to, they are able to, what's the word? Um, Not have obsessive compulsive thoughts about pornography in their head all day. They are able to, um, have control where they don't have to act on the compulsion, and they don't really have any shame or guilt outside of that. So that's when it becomes an issue. Now, I will also say that watching porn is a fantasy. It is not uh, what really is happening. Most women are not, um, you know, screaming for like all the things that you see in porn, the drama-fied reactions, right? And so um you are training your brain to associate sex with the fantasy. And so when you start to see that happen, what I've noticed is even if someone isn't dealing with distress or compulsion or, um, these other issues as far as like not being able to get their work done, what I do see is issues in their relationships. And that usually is because, um, with porn, number one, there's no intimacy. You don't have to talk to this whatever you're watching, right? You don't have to talk to them. You don't have to get to know, their favorite foods or, what makes them cry or what makes them happy, what makes them sad, all their vulnerabilities. You don't see any of that. All you see is this beautiful, glorified, dressed up, hot, sexy, male, female, whatever it is that you're watching, trans, whatever you're watching. And you see them at their glorified state, and you see them in this very um, dramified way of performance, like a heightened performance of perfection. And so when someone watches that often, and their brain is in fact being rewired, subconsciously, they start to believe that that is what a relationship and what intimacy looks like. So we start to see individuals who watch porn, even if they are not a porn addict, still may struggle with relationship issues because they may still be disillusioned about what sex is like or what a relationship is like. And it's a lot easier to go scroll and pick the person you want and not have to worry about all the baggage and issues that they have versus going and talking to your partner and realizing, number one, that your partner has issues and they are not always perfect. They wake up and their hair is a mess, their breath may stink, they have drool on their face, maybe they're a mom, and so they, have like cereal in their hair from like dealing with the toddlers or something. Like they don't look like the scrolling that you've done. Um, and they also know you. The porn, they don't know you. They don't know your struggles, your weaknesses, your issues, your performance problems. They don't know that. So it's really easy to hide behind that and get that pleasurable activity. But when it comes to a relationship, now you know their weaknesses and they know your weaknesses. And then you're also trying to have this intimacy that you don't get in digital porn. And then you're trying to have sex with someone, and your mind is thinking that it should look like the porn. And so a lot of the times what I will see is, women will be like, they want me to do this, or like it's almost like the guys will watch the porn and then they want to bring the porn into the bedroom. And that woman may not be that person, right? And this happens with men too. Like women will watch porn and then want to bring that into the bedroom, and the men are not like that. And then there becomes this um disconnect in sexuality, or disconnect in the intimacy of the relationship because of them watching porn. Now, that could be different if they're watching porn together, but I've also seen where individuals are watching porn together, and it may not be the favorite genre that they're watching, or one person wants to watch it more than the other person, and that becomes an issue. So I would say that watching porn um, rewires the brain, and it's too much. Too much porn is when it is impacting your relationships. It's impacting your day-to-day activities. It's time consuming. It's um it's causing you to have a disillusioned idea of reality. Um, and it is obsessive and compulsive in nature, and it causes you to have distress and impulse control to try to fix it. And so you find yourself watching porn on a loop to de-stress from the compulsion and the obsession that you've built in your head based on this fantasy that has been created. So this is just a short little video on porn and how much porn is too much porn. Um, we will talk about uh, masturbation in the next video. And also, um, I did get a question that I want to answer on Instagram. So if you're interested to know what the question is and also what the answer is, go follow me on Instagram. And that question is, does size matter? Does size matter? Okay, so please subscribe, hit that notification button so that you know when a new video is open. Please leave comments, questions, concerns, and I look forward to talking to you guys later. Bye bye.